Maybe shut that curtain. Blowing the whistle for President Trump today. The Trump-embarrassment, the national disaster, the ridiculous cartoon president. Finally is going to open up the government so the poor government workers can get paid, get back to work, and feed their friggin' families. What an embarrassment this asshole is, man. And I said a couple of weeks ago, it's going to be so much fun watching the train wreck. Train, see what I did there? Train wreck of the most underqualified, unstatesmanlike, just punishingly bad representation of our country that we've ever had.
He wants to confirm that it's a real story.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. Thank you, E. Dunlap, for chiming in. And please join us. This is our first ever going live, so if I'm an idiot, that's nothing new. But I'm not terribly tech savvy. I do have a balloon animal Jason running things in the background as always. So if you need to call me out, hit us up. It's a true story. Turn on CNN, whatever. They're going to open up the government for 3 weeks. After that, we're probably back in the same shit stew. He still has the ability to declare a national emergency because we need the fucking wall so bad. Let me tell you something, a couple of things. As a matter of fact, while I'm on the subject about that wall, nobody wants it. And if anyone should want it, it should be fucking Mexico. Keep out the pinches gringos, okay? Why the hell do they want us there infiltrating their culture with McDonald's and chemicals and the ridiculous, unhealthy way that we live, man? They have people that cook from natural ingredients and some of the best cuisine in the world. If anyone should want a wall, it would be them. So if they could afford to build it, they probably would have already to keep you the fuck out from Phoenix. Stay the fuck where you are, you redneck. The other thing is that nobody wants it because we don't need it. There isn't a national emergency. Of course, today he spins it like a fucking win. Like, I'm such a great guy. I'm going to go ahead and open up the government, even though the Democrats are such dicks. They wouldn't, when it's becoming obvious that nobody wants it, even in his own party. The reason this got done is because Republican senators have had enough of this bullshit too. Their people are calling them going, what the fuck? We need to go back to work. How long are you going to stick up for this megalomaniac, egoistical, ridiculous person while he self-aggrandizes at the expense of the entire nation and the world, quite frankly? There is no emergency with immigrants. They're okay. I've said it before, I've never met an illegal immigrant I didn't like. They're awesome fucking people just trying to do what everybody did throughout history, make a better life for themselves and their families in the land of opportunity. Not the land of bigotry, not the land of hate, not the land of you're a fucking Mexican and you better speak English. All right? Ponte listo, pinches americanos, porque va cambiando toda cosa. All right? It's never going to be the same as it was. And when this asshole is gone, y'all going to have a president that's so liberal, it'll make your old country heads spin. I promise you. All you have to do is look at the pattern. It's like a pendulum. Reagan, Clinton, Obama, or Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump. It goes back and forth, more and more liberal, more and more conservative. And y'all brought it on yourselves when you get someone that makes Bernie Sanders look like an old conservative, when you get some transgender Muslim, something that you can't even begin to identify and make you wish it was a Mexican who was president. All right, y'all did this to yourselves because you're allowing yourselves to be manipulated. You're allowing the dog to be wagged by its tail, or in this case, its fucking sphincter. Donald Trump, again, an imbecile who took it up the ass today. And had to completely back off. They finally reality slapped him in the face. Mitch McConnell, you're still a turd, but you finally did the right thing. Again, probably finally because you were risking getting your own ass voted out next time around if you allowed this to continue. Good people are in public service, and Trump got in because people didn't want to trust another insider, another lifelong politician. They wanted an outsider, someone who could shake it up and do the right thing for the people. Well, they see what they're seeing what they got for that wish right now. And the fact is that the people in the Senate and the House, by and large, got into public service because they wanted to serve the people. They didn't get into it because they thought they'd get rich. They didn't get into it because they were power hungry. Maybe that all came later, just like a cop. Guys get into it because they're idealistic and they want to do good. All right. So at the bottom of it all, most of these people are public servants with their constituency in mind. I firmly believe that as an American. And this fuckwit president has proven time and time again that he doesn't care anything about himself, about anybody but himself. He doesn't even care about his people, I don't think. One by one, he's going to let them go down. Roger Stone today, that's the other headline. Another Trump pilot fish, a sycophant, a toady, a guy who's coattailing on the rich and famous. And the former counsel to the guy is completely indicted, lied, involved in the conspiracy to find out about the emails through WikiLeaks and all the crap that ties into influencing the last election. It's just an embarrassment. The good conservative people who are pissed at me for tying all this in with atheism, I don't know how long you're all going to hang on. I know you want to believe this is the leftist media has got a conspiracy and everybody's out to hate Donald Trump because he's so nice and he's really such a good person who has all of our national security at heart. Open your eyes. It's not everybody drinking the Kool-Aid of a left-wing conspiracy. The people in the media are in the media because they want the truth. They're trying to get at the truth. And when the truth is being obfuscated or flat lied about or hidden from them, they get upset. And if that creates a bias sooner or later, then that's a two-way street, I'm afraid, because again, most journalists are in it because they want to be good journalists. They want to win a Pulitzer for uncovering a story and revealing the truth, not promoting their personal agenda. Okay, that's the minority. Again, most people do their jobs with aplomb and alacrity and a true effort at doing them well. And we have a president who tweets all day and does everything he can to look like he won every situation. When today he got run over by the train, and the train of public opinion has decided at 34% against like 54. Think the Democrats are to blame for the shutdown that has finally ended because President Trump blinked and got his shit taken care of today. Mostly because his own people finally couldn't take it anymore either. So we'll see where we're at in 3 weeks. I don't know if anybody's got an opinion on what might happen after that, if he declares a national emergency. But if we survive this, I still think it's going to be one of the more ridiculous things we can all look back on in 20 years and say we lived through. If the American empire doesn't crumble completely and history write us as the one that couldn't even last 250 years, couldn't even last as long as Rome lasted. And I wonder if it has anything to do with Christianity. As soon as Christianity took hold in Rome, it started going downhill, didn't it? They wanted to apply that religion around the world, which ended up working. But where's Rome today? Pretty much gone, And here we have a country that increasingly is allowing politicians to promote backwards, frankly, religious views and lean on their faith as some sort of badge of honor, some sort of credential, like faith in a higher power is qualification somehow for being A, a good person, B, a deep thinker, or C, a good politician or a good leader of people. Trump has used the Christians, right? Our first recent real atheist president, Donald Trump, who doesn't give a shit about God, has used the Christian right to get himself elected, to promote his agenda. And in doing so, has put the nation one heartbeat away from having a guy who denies proper science in the White House. Can you imagine that? We should make a list of countries. Balloon Animal Jason, make a list of the countries that have a leader who would deny evolution in the world, and see where America falls on that list. If Pence were to be the president, we actually had a president who wants to change the textbooks and wants to teach creationism. Your right to believe it, my right to say you're a monkey for believing it. And it's the most ridiculous and embarrassing thing next to Donald Trump that's going on anywhere in the world today. That's American evangelism and the promotion of young earth creationism as anything but a fantasy. And a byproduct of Stone Age mythology or Bronze Age mythology, old Jewish stories from the desert, silly stuff. So imagine having a leadership that not only promotes that, but is likely to promote the education system to allow our children to further decline into ignorance and subservience. Exactly what they want, to oil their machine. What's the name of that movie, man, where they ended up eating people? Soylent Green. Yeah, this is such a Big Brother thing. We can any of those movies, bring them up, and there's a modern day parallel, man. They're this close, man. So, how long we got to go, man? The train's going to the next stop. This is our first effort. Thanks for joining us, both of you, and tune in next time. We're going to try to do this more, and maybe we'll have something even cooler to talk about. Maybe we'll be preparing for the pocket clips when the whole thing goes to shit in 3 weeks, when Trump fucks it up again. Seriously. Ooh. Caller. We'll see you later.